Imagine walking into your grandparents' house, the smell of dinner simmering, the soft hum of a floor fan, and the little details tucked into every corner that you don't see in homes today. From quirky conveniences to colorful styles, houses once carried personality that's hard to find now. These features weren't just decoration. They told a story about the way people lived, worked, and relaxed. Today, we're looking back at 10 old home features that have quietly faded into history. Once upon a time, the milkman was as common as the mailman. Homes built in the early 1900s often had small doors built right into the wall, one opening outside, another inside. Each morning, bottles of cold milk, cream, or butter would appear like magic. Families didn't need to run to the store. Everything was delivered straight to the house. The milk door kept things sanitary and safe, especially before refrigerators were common. By the 1960s, though, supermarkets replaced home delivery, and these little doors were sealed shut. Still, every so often, when someone remodels an old house, they discover one. A tiny window into a slower, simpler routine. Before cell phones shrank the world, the household telephone was the center of communication. Builders created special little alcoves in hallways or kitchens to cradle the heavy rotary phone. Some even had shelves for address books and tiny stools where kids would sit, swinging their legs while waiting for their turn to talk. The phone niche wasn't just a spot for technology. It was where news traveled, gossip spread, and families kept in touch with distant relatives. By the late 1980s, as phones became cordless, the niche became useless. Today, they're reminders of when one phone connected everyone under the same roof. Step into a mid-century bathroom, and odds are you'd be surrounded by pastel tiles, especially pink. In the 1950s, First Lady Mamie Eisenhower made the color fashionable, and soon builders tiled bathrooms from floor to ceiling in shades of rose and bubblegum. Families loved it because it felt cheerful, modern, and just a little glamorous. But tastes change. By the 1970s, avocado green and earthy tones took over, and pink slowly disappeared. Many homeowners later covered or tore out the tiles, but some preservationists now beg people to keep them. After all, they're snapshots of an optimistic post-war America. Early bathrooms often featured tall tanks mounted near the ceiling, with a long chain dangling down to flush. The design relied on gravity for strong water pressure, and it gave bathrooms a distinctive look. Kids loved yanking the chain, almost like ringing a bell. By the mid-20th century, low-tank designs became standard, and the pull chain faded away. Today, you'll usually only see them in old photos or restored Victorian homes. Still, they're a charming reminder of when even something as ordinary as a toilet carried a little drama. Imagine a tiny elevator hidden in the wall, carrying trays of food or laundry from one floor to another. Dumbwaiters were a common feature in large homes and city brownstones, especially before electric appliances made chores easier. They spared families from hauling heavy dishes or coal up and down stairs. By the mid-1900s, as houses shrank and labor-saving devices grew, dumbwaiters were left behind. Many were sealed off, though some adventurous kids in old homes found them and treated them like secret passageways. Their disappearance marked the end of an era where homes felt almost like miniature hotels. Before refrigerators, people relied on heavy wooden cabinets lined with metal, cooled by blocks of ice delivered to the door. Kids would sometimes chase after the ice truck, hoping for small chips to suck on during hot summers. The Iceman was a regular visitor, and households had to carefully manage how quickly their block melted. By the 1930s and 40s, electric refrigerators replaced the icebox. Suddenly, food lasted longer, meals became easier, and the Iceman's route disappeared. Still, if you find an old icebox today, it's a solid, charming piece of furniture that once sat at the heart of every kitchen. Above bedroom and hallway doors, older homes often featured narrow windows called transoms. They weren't for looks, they were for air circulation. Before air conditioning, families relied on cross breezes to cool the house, and a transom that tilted open made all the difference on a hot night. They also let in a bit of light, making hallways feel less dark. By the mid-20th century, with central air and better lighting, builders stopped including them. Today, they're an elegant detail that whispers of a time when architecture solved problems with simple beauty. Many homes built in the early 20th century had a clever little door in the hallway or bathroom. Drop in your dirty laundry, and it tumbled straight into the basement where the washer waited. For kids, it was almost as fun as a playground slide, sneaking toys, or themselves, down the chute. As homes modernized, laundry rooms moved upstairs or to main floors, and builders stopped including chutes. Concerns about fire safety sealed the deal. Still, for anyone who grew up with one, it was a daily bit of magic. Toss in a pile of clothes and they simply vanished. Before cable, most homes relied on rooftop antennas, sometimes tall metal towers that reached above the roof line. Families would adjust them endlessly, trying to pull in a clear picture. A gust of wind could turn a baseball game into static, and dads often climbed ladders to fix the reception. By the 1980s and 90s, cable and satellite took over, and antennas rusted away. For decades, they were part of the American skyline, little markers of a time when television felt miraculous and worth a little fuss. Many mid-century homes had a tall, narrow cabinet in the kitchen or hallway. Open it up, and out swung a full ironing board, ready to use. It saved space, kept ironing out of sight, and felt wonderfully efficient. Homemakers used it daily when pressed shirts and dresses were part of everyday life. As casual clothes took over and portable boards became cheap, the built-in version disappeared. Today, finding one still hidden in a wall feels like discovering a secret door, reminding us how much effort once went into keeping a tidy home. Old homes weren't just places to live. They were filled with details that carried stories, memories, and the rhythm of daily life. Some of these features may never come back, but they left behind a charm that modern houses often lack. Which of these do you remember, or maybe still have in your home? Share your memories in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, don't forget to like, subscribe, and keep watching for more stories from the past.